Hey guys, it's good to be with y'all again. Today we're going to be continuing on some of the skills that we struggled on when we took our practice STAR test before Christmas break. And problem solving is one thing we always struggle with as a third graders. And the actual skill that we're going to work on today is 3.5a. And that's represent 1- and 2-step problems involving addition and subtraction of whole numbers to 1,000 using pictorial models, number lines, and equations. And what we want to be able to do by the end of the lesson is I can interpret and represent models for problem solving, and I can regroup correctly when adding and subtracting. Go ahead, we'll go back to the vocabulary just a little bit. This same thing as yesterday. Addition, the main thing you need to know for addition is the word sum, and that's the answer to an addition problem. So if you ever see sum, you need to think in your head, okay, this is going to be an addition problem. And for subtraction, I guess one other thing about addition is if you look down here at the addition problem, you have add-in and add-in. That's just that's one way that you know that you can switch those around. You can it's called a community property of addition. So if I change that around to 1 plus 4, it would still equal 5. It doesn't work that way on subtraction. We always have to start with the big number first. And then we're take the number that we're taking away from that is going to be the second number. And in the subtraction problem, the difference is the answer to the subtraction equation. So whenever you see the word difference, you need to understand this is going to be a subtraction problem. Got a video right here I made, and it's about how to add with regrouping. Yesterday we talked about subtraction with regrouping. Today I modeled how to do addition with regrouping. So get ready to watch the video.
Okay, I'm going to do a little practice here using different ways of adding. And you can see right here we have the base 10 model, we have a pictorial model, and we have a standard way of doing addition. And the addition problem we're going to do is 256 plus 357. And you can see right here, I already modeled 256 plus 357. And I did the same thing with my pictorial model. I got 256 plus 357. And then the standard way of doing it right here. This is the most concrete way of doing it because we're actually using base 10 blocks, so that are proportional in size. This is a little bit more abstract. Basically, we're drawing the base 10 blocks. And this is the most abstract way of doing it. And this is probably, this is the way that we want third graders to do addition problems, especially when you have to regroup. So I'm going to go ahead and start off in the ones place, just like I do using my standard algorithm of doing it. And if you look in my ones place, I'm going to start my base 10 blocks. I have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. But I cannot have 13 in the ones place. You see, I have the ones place right here. I cannot have 13 in the ones place. So I'm going to regroup. I'm going to get 10 of these and put them together. I'm going to switch them out for a rod. I'm going to take these, move them off, and then I'm going to add 10 more in my tens place. And you can see I have 3 left. Okay, same thing with my pictorial model here. Okay, I have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, but I cannot have 13 in the ones place. So I'm going to go ahead and regroup. I'm going to take 10 of them, and I'm going to move them over to the tens place. So now I have an extra 10 there, and then I have 3 ones left. So I have 3 ones left. Have 3 ones left. Okay, same thing in my standard way of doing it. 6 plus 7 is 13. Okay, I cannot have 13 in the ones place, so I'll leave my 3 in the ones place and carry 1 over the tens place. Okay, now I'm going to go over the tens place on my base 10 blocks. I have 5, 10, 11. I have 11 in the tens place, or 110. I can't have 2 digits in any place value, so I'm going to regroup. I'm going to take 10 of my rods, I'm going to regroup and add 100 to the hundreds place. And now I have 110 left in the tens place. And in the pictorial model, same thing. Okay, I have 5, 10, 11, or 50, 100, 110. And I can't have 2 digits in the tens place, so I'm going to regroup. I'm going to take 10 and my tens, which is 100, and I'm going to move that over to the hundreds place. And then I have 110 left. And now on the standard, okay, the standard algorithm, okay, have 5 plus 5 plus 1 is 11, or 50 plus 50 plus 10 is 110. But so I'm going to take my 10, leaving the tens place, and move my 100 to the hundreds place. Okay. And on the last, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the hundreds place. Over here I have 600, and then 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. So when I add 256 plus 357, I have 613, standard way. 600, 110, and 3 ones is 613 the pictorial way. And 600, 600, and 110, and 3 ones is 613 using base 10 blocks. So that's just 3 different ways that we can use to do addition, especially with regrouping.
Okay, let's go and look at this problem right here. It says there are 249 large dogs signed up to compete in the dog show. There are 136 more small dogs than large dogs signed up to compete. Represent the number of small dogs that are signed up to compete in the dog show using base 10 blocks and an equation. So I'm going to go ahead and use my cube strategy, or cubes, to organize my problem out. So first thing, I'm going to circle all the important information. There are 249 large dogs, and there are 136 more small dogs than large dogs. That's all the information I need to solve the problem. Next thing I'll do is I underline the last sentence, basically, or what it's telling me to do, or what it's asking me to do. And it says, represent the number of small dogs that are signed up to compete in the dog show using base 10 blocks and equation. So I'm going to box in some operational clues. Say more small dogs than large dogs. That's going to tell me what operation I'm going to use, probably. So I'm going to start evaluating. Use my little addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division cross here to do my evaluating. If I look at all my labels, right here I'm talking about there's 249 dogs, there are 136 more dogs, and I'm trying to find the answer that I'm looking for is going to be dogs too. So all my labels are the same. So it sounds like it's going to be typically, if all my labels are the same, it's typically going to be an addition subtraction problem. And I do believe this is going to be either addition or subtraction. Okay, I'm going to look at also, it's asking me about small dogs. And right over here it said there are 136 more small dogs than large dogs. So my answer is going to be larger than 249. So there's only 2 operations that I can use to make things larger, and that's addition and multiplication. And you see I circled addition twice, so pretty good chance I'm going to be adding in this problem. So that's what I'm going to do to, I'm going to write an equation, 249 okay, plus 136. And I'm going to use base 10 blocks to do this. I'm going to model it, or I'm going to draw a picture using base 10 blocks. So I'm in the solving stage right now. So first I'm going to draw my 249 base 10 blocks to represent my large dogs. That's 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, to represent 40, and then 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then there's 136 more small dogs, so it's 130 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I modeled my addition problem right there. Now all I need to do is combine them. Okay, so I'm in the ones place right now, and I'm looking at the ones place. Looks like I have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But I cannot have 15 in the ones place. So I'm going to have to regroup. I use my blue to remember regroup. So I'm going to take 10 ones, and I'm going to move that over to my tens place. And then it looks like I have 5 ones left. So it looks like 5 in the ones place. Okay, look in the tens place now. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like I got 8 tens. I'm going to circle my 8 tens. And then I have 1, 2, 3 300s. So I have 300s. So it looks like I have 385 small dogs. So I'll write 385. That's small dogs. I'm going to work it out over here too. So 9 plus 6 is 15. I'm going to carry my 10 over the tens place. Then 1 plus 4 plus 3 is 8. And then 2 plus 1 is 3. So 385. So there's 385 small dogs at the dog show. Okay, it says, Ricardo counted the cars that drove past his house one weekend. He counted 45 cars on Saturday and 50 cars on Sunday. Represent the number of cars Ricardo counted during the weekend using a number line and an equation. And you can see I went ahead and drew a number line down here already. I'm still going to organize my information using cubes. So first thing I'll do is circle important information. That's 45 cars on Saturday and 50 cars on Sunday. That looks like all the important information. I'm going to underline what I need to do, and that is represent the number of cars Ricardo counted during the weekend using a number line and equation. So I'm going to box in some operational clues. So Ricardo counted cars that drove past his house. He counted 45 on Saturday, and okay, and so I don't really see any words or any phrases in here, but he counted cars over the period of 2 days. So I'll box in the Saturday and Sunday. So 45 cars on Saturday and 50 cars on Sunday. So I'm evaluating right now. In my label right here, so I'm going to use addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Those are the 4 operations I use in 3rd grade. So I have 45 cars, 50 cars, and I'm going to represent the number of cars that he's seen during the weekend. So all my labels are the same. That sounds like it's probably going to be addition, subtraction. And I'm also looking at there's 45 cars on Saturday and 50 cars on Sunday. I don't think it's going to be my answer is going to be less than 45. So if it's going to be more than 45, there's 2 operations to do that. That's addition and multiplication. So it looks like I'm going to do an addition problem. I'm going to do 45 plus 50. So I'm going to represent that on my number line. Okay, and I'm going to start on 0. And I'm going to represent the cars he's seeing on Saturday. So I'm going to make a jump. I'm going to do that in red. Make a jump from 0 to 45. And that represents cars on Saturday. Okay, and I stopped on 45, and on Sunday he's seen 50 cars. He's seen 50 cars. Okay, so I'm going to count. I'm going to count by tens 5 times, and I'm just going to go ahead and just because he's seen 50 more cars. So that is 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. So that's a jump of 50 right there, and I'll go ahead and make that jump of 50 in red. Or we'll do it in blue to represent Sunday. So that's a jump of 50. It looks like we ended on 95, and those are cars on Sunday, Sunday cars. So it looks like there are 95 cars he's seen over the weekend right there. Okay, but I'm still going to work it out down here in my equation. I got 5 plus 0 is 5, and then 5 plus 4 is 9. So that does look like 95 cars over the weekend. Okay, we're going to look at this guided practice problem. It says, over 3 months, Isla ran a total of 500 kilometers. In April, she ran 224 kilometers. In May, she ran 137 kilometers. Okay, which cannot be used to find how many kilometers Isla ran in June. So I'm going to organize my problem using cubes. I'm going to circle all the important information. We'll say 3 months is important. I don't think I'm going to need that to solve the problem though, but it's for reference purposes. I'll circle that. So she ran a total of 500 kilometers. In April, she ran 224 kilometers. In May, she ran 137 kilometers. I'm going to underline what it's asking me to do. And it says, which cannot be used to find how many kilometers Isla ran in June. So I'm going to box in some operational clues. I'm going to box in the word total. I think that's going to be helpful. Truthfully, I'm going to line out this. I'm not going to use the 3 months. I know that she ran over a period of 3 months because it's talking about April, May, and June right here. Those are 3 months she ran. But I don't think I'm going to use the 3 months. I guess I'll probably use I'm going to draw a strip diagram. So I'll put 3 sections in there to represent the 3 months. But that's really all the information I think I'm going to need to solve it. So I'm going to do some evaluating right now. And I told you I was going to do a strip diagram. Draw a strip diagram real quick one. And basically I'm going to kind of do a part whole. So the total is 500 kilometers. And April, she ran 224. In May, she ran 137. And we're trying to find out, this is June right here. So this is April, May, and June. That's what we're trying to find out, how far she ran in June. And it looks like a lot of different ways I can solve that. Okay. But we're going to get in the solve part. So how far did Isla run in June? Okay, I think that's correct. This is how I figured out. I looked at my answer choices. Every one of my answer choices said 139, so I'm going to assume that she ran 139 miles. But I'm going to go ahead and draw some base 10 blocks and use that to do a subtraction problem to solve it. And I'm going to start with the total, which was 500. So I'm going to draw 500s. Okay, so that's my 500. Scoot over here a little bit, give me a little bit more room. Okay, first thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and take away the 224 this 224 kilometers that she ran in April. So I like to always start in the ones place. I don't have any ones to take away, so I'm gonna have to do some regrouping right here. I'm gonna take one of my hundreds. I'm gonna use blue. I take one of my hundreds, and I'm gonna get that's gonna give me 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, but I still don't have anything in the ones place, so I'm gonna take one of my ones or one of my tens. That's gonna give me 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now I can take away. I should be able to take away my 4 ones to represent the distance, the ones place that she ran in April. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It looks like she did 2 tens. So that's 1, 2. And then 2 hundreds. 1, 2. So I went ahead and eliminated how far she ran in April. Now I'll go and take away what she ran in May. So in May, she ran 137 miles. So if I try to take away 7 here, looks like I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to regroup again. Okay, I'm going to take another one of my 10s. And that's going to give me 10 ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I can go ahead and subtract the 7 ones from 137. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like I have, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left. So I've got 9 ones. Okay, I'm going to take away my 3 tens. 1, 2, 3. It looks like I have 3 tens left. And then I take away my 100. Looks like I have 100 left. So 139 does look correct. I'll go ahead and do its standard algorithm too. Just well, actually, we'll go through here. It looks like I'm going to do plenty of computations right here. So now we're going to go ahead and look at our answer choices. And see which ones are true. So is A true statement or a false statement? Yes, A is true. A is true because it took 500 and you subtracted 224, and then you subtracted 137 from the difference of that, and you got 139. Answer choice B, is that true or false? That's also a true statement because it did the same exact thing we did there. It took 500, it started with 500, we took away 224, and then we took 137 away from that, and we ended up with 139. Okay, C, is C true or false? I think C is true also because what they did is they took April's and May's and added them together, and they subtracted that from 500 and got 139. And D, is D true or false? D is false. Okay, and I know D is false because it has an addition sign right here, and if I add the difference of 224 and 137, it's going to be larger than 500. So that is a false statement right there. It's not 139. So D is the answer that we're looking for. Okay, let's go and look at this problem right here. It says, for the school play, Joe sold 225 tickets for section A, 275 tickets for section B, and 150 tickets for the balcony. Joe drew a number line to show how many fewer tickets were sold for the balcony than for section A and section B. So here's a number line that he drew. Okay, which shows how many fewer tickets Joe sold for the balcony than for sections A and section B combined. So I'm going to go ahead and use my cubes to organize my problem, make sure I understand it. I'm going to circle important information. It looks like 275 tickets, and that's for section A, or 225 tickets for section A, 275 tickets for section B, and 150 tickets for the balcony. That looks like basically all the information I need to solve the problem. Okay, I'm going to underline what it's asked me to do, and it says, which shows how many fewer tickets Joe sold for balcony than section A and section B combined. Box in some operational clues. Right up here in the first part, same as see fewer. Sounds like a keyword for subtraction. Right here, same thing, fewer. And right here I see combined, which is a keyword for addition. So I think there's a pretty good chance that I may need to add and subtract in this problem. That's my evaluating. So I'm going to go ahead and write an equation to solve this problem. So since I need to figure out, I think the first thing I need to do is figure out how many tickets were sold for section A and section B, because it says that right here in the last part of the question. Section A and section B combined. So I think that's the first part of my way to solve that is, so section A is 225 plus section B is 275. So first thing I'm going to need to solve the problem is add 225 and 275. And then I want to know how many fewer tickets were sold. So I'm going to subtract the balcony tickets. That would be 150 balcony tickets. That should tell me how many fewer tickets there are. So how many tickets did he sell in section A and section B? Okay, that's well, let's check it out. I'm going to go combine 25 and 75. I know that equals 100. And then 200 and 200, that's 400. So altogether, that looks like 500 tickets that they sold for section A and section B. So the next thing I need to do is go ahead and subtract 150 from 500. What is 500 minus 150? Yep, that looks right. I'm going to scoot it over a little bit. I know 50 less than 500 would be 450, and another 100 from that would be 350. So it looks like there's 350 fewer tickets sold in the balcony than sold in sections A and section B. And also, if I look at my number line that he drew, okay, the number line right there is exactly halfway between 300 and 400. What are the other increments between each 100? So what is the interval on this number line? Yeah, since it's broken into 4 sections, it would be intervals of 25. So that's, we can start right here. That's 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 100, or 200. 225, which is how many tickets they sold in section A, 250, 275, 300, and then 325, 350 is where the how many fewer tickets they sold in the balcony than sections A and B, and then so on. So they're in sections of 25. So the answer that I'm looking for is answer choice G, which is 350. Okay, it's time to complete your independent practice now. Please complete your Schoology assignment. It's going to be right below this this video. I'll put a PDF in there so you can print it out and work it out on pencil paper. Typically, I think that's going to be easier than That's what most third graders are used to, and you'll have more success if you do it that way. But still go ahead and make sure you put it in Schoology. Take your time and make sure you're choosing the right answer choices too. I'm still having a lot of students work the problems out correctly and either not bubble it in on the bubble sheet correctly or not or just pick the wrong answers when they go onto Schoology. So take your time, do your very best, and best of luck to you. We'll see you later.